Meanwhile, the political divorce between President William Ruto and former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua continues getting uglier. The Kenyan politics is a game where alliances change overnight, where accusations fly every single day, and where even death can become a political battlefield.
And I want to say, without fear of any contradiction, while I am here at the coast, for those of you who are visionless, the people who are agendaless, the people who have no vision for our nation, the people who have no plan for our nation, the people who have no agenda for our nation, you will not divide our nation using ethnicity. You will not divide our nation using hate. Hiyo mnafanya, the hate you are spewing, I want to tell you, one day, you will answer for the tribalism you are perpetuating in Kenya, for the hate you are perpetuating in Kenya. The life of Rachel Wandeto will not go unanswered. You who call others traitors, you mwenye mnawaita Wakenya wengine wasaliti, mpaka mama Rachel Wandeto ameuawa kwa sababu ya chuki yenu, kwa sababu ya ukabila yenu, kwa sababu ya profiling ambayo umefanya Wakenya wengine eti ni wasaliti. Siku moja mutajibu, na Kenya hii hatuwezi kukubali.
This week, the country continues to mourn the painful death of Rachel Wandeto, a woman who was allegedly attacked with acid after reportedly having a tattoo associated with President William Ruto on her shoulder. But before the country could even process the tragedy, politics entered the story. And suddenly, her death stopped being just an investigation, it became a blame game.
Munyoro wants to develop the Mungiki culture back into Central Province. And we shall not allow him. We cannot allow him to terrorize our fellow citizens. We are aware that nowadays he goes around all the major towns in Murang'a, Nyeri, Kiambu, and threatens business people. Wale ambao wanakataa maneno yako, kama yule mama anaitwa Rachel, anauliwa ati kwa sababu ameweka picha ya Rais Ruto na amekataa hiyo siasa yako ya kugawanya Wakenya.
And that is where the confusion begins. Was this a political attack? Was it a personal dispute? Or has politics now become so deeply rooted in society that every tragedy immediately turns political? And before investigators could even conclude their findings, politicians had already taken positions. Some leaders within United Democratic Alliance began linking the incident to the politics of former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Claims started flying online and in rallies, with accusations that tribal politics and political division are now fueling hostility among citizens. In Kenya, politics is no longer just about leadership. It has become identity. People defend politics like football clubs, families fight over political opinions, friendships break, communities divide, and once tribal politics enters the conversation, emotions become dangerous. President William Ruto has since stated that Rachel's death will not go unpunished and warned against leaders spreading divisive politics. But critics are asking, is this truly about justice, or is this another political opportunity to weaken opponents ahead of 2027? And as tensions continue between President William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, another family story is now resurfacing. A story of the late former Nyeri Governor Rigathi Gachagua and his son, Jackson Kihara Gachagua, and the man at the center of it, yet again, is Rigathi Gachagua. According to reports highlighted by KTN News, detail emerged in court alleging that senior government officials and security operatives made covert visits to Manyani Maximum Security Prison during the impeachment process against Rigathi Gachagua back in October 2024. This Manyani Maximum Security is where the son of the late governor had been imprisoned for 20 years.
Before I conclude, sorry.
Yeah.
I'd wish this court to really sympathize with me, my lord, even though you have guided me and said that most of the issues, now before I proceed, my lord, were looked into by the trial and the appeal courts. I'd still urge this this court to really look into my issues, because as we speak, my family is suffering, and I'm the only person who can access the content of the documents which are needed
by your family.
By my family. That is the reason why I'm behind all this. Had I maybe given out that location
Of where the documents are?
or where the documents are, I would not be here today.
Sorry, you would not?
Had I given out or had I disclosed to my uncle where those documents are, perhaps I wouldn't be here today.
He claims pressure mounted on him during his father's final days in hospital, pressure to surrender title deeds, logbooks, and sensitive family documents linked to the family estate. According to Jackson, he refused, and shortly after, he allegedly found himself facing a robbery with violence case that he believes was politically orchestrated. Now, Jackson Kiara Gachagua, the jailed son of the late governor, claims he was framed. And this is where Kenyan politics becomes dangerous, because once political wars begin, they rarely remain political. Families get dragged in, businesses suffer, friends disappear, cases emerge, allegations surface. And suddenly, people who were never in politics become casualties of political battles. Politics is often described as strategy, but in Kenya, it increasingly feels like survival. Coalitions form for conveniences, alliances become enemies overnight, private family matters become public weapons, and one thing remains constant: destroy your opponent's image before they destroy yours. That is the game. Character assassination, public humiliation, court battles, media narratives, linked information, everything becomes ammunition. And now the biggest political question slowly emerging ahead of the 2027 general election is this: is President William Ruto genuinely threatened by Rigathi Gachagua? Because despite their fallout, Gachagua still commands influence, especially in parts of Mount Kenya region. And in Kenyan politics, numbers matter. Every rally, every accusation, every court case, every public statement is now being interpreted through the lens of 2027. And maybe the saddest part in all this is how easily serious issues become political tools. A woman dies and immediately camps are formed. A family dispute emerges and politics enters. A court case appears and suddenly there are claims of political revenge. In Kenya, sometimes truth becomes secondary. Narratives become more powerful than facts. Kenya's political drama is no longer just happening in parliament. It is happening in homes, in families, in friendships, and now even inside criminal investigations. The question is, where do we draw the line between politics and humanity?